Some more breaking news right now. An invasion. Border agents overrun as thousands of illegals stormed the border overnight. Fox News reports U.S. Border Patrol agents say more than 3,700 people were apprehended along the southwest border on Monday, according to a tweet that was put out by U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Take a look at this. Border Patrol recorded more than 3,700 apprehensions along the southwest border yesterday, the largest single day total in more than a decade. The largest single day total in more than a decade. That is absolutely unbelievable. Here's more.
Another alert now. Startling new information from Border Patrol. More than 3,700 illegals apprehended in one day. That's the largest daily number in more than a decade. William Lajeunesse been on the border quite a bit. He's live in L.A. from our bureau today. William?
Well, Bill, right now you have a perfect storm of factors coming together. Many in Congress and the media are in denial, saying these numbers are fake news. And there's no deterrent, no consequence, no jail, no fine, no deportation. And there's also an unlimited supply of Central Americans making $5 a day when they can make $15 an hour here. Just last week, agents released 1,000 migrants in San Antonio, 2,200 McAllen, 2,000 in El Paso.
The moment they've crossed the center of that Rio Grande, they have violated our law and they've entered the country illegally. We have an obligation to interdict anybody or anything that crosses outside of port of entry.
So Monday near Phoenix, agents dropped 800 migrants on the side of the road, forced by court orders that after 20 days in custody or 8 hours in a bus, they must be released. So
did you hear he said they're just releasing them? They can't hold them any longer. And they're just releasing illegals on the side of the road. So even after they come over here, cross illegally, they sit in a detention center for a short amount of time, they just get dumped. They walk free.
Add this up. Officials expect 100,000 apprehensions in March alone. That is like filling
100,000 apprehensions they're anticipating in March alone.
A football stadium. So you can multiply that by 12 over a year. That's 1 million apprehensions, larger than the population of San Francisco. Most arrive destitute. Their children will attend school, receive free breakfast and lunch, and in many states qualify for subsidies: lawyers, health care, child care, food stamps, housing, and cash.
Wow. Cash, lawyers, food, housing. That's the red carpet, baby. Welcome to America. Just walk right in, hang out in a detention center for a couple days. We'll drop you off on the corner, and then you can be exploited for cheap labor. You know, I got a message from somebody just the other day here, and it was a startling article from the New York, I think it was the New York Post. And I'll try to pull it up if I can. Absolutely startling revelation about how many people actually, how many bodies that the Border Patrol finds. I mean, they have hundreds and hundreds of bodies decomposed already, and they're just bones, and some maybe their backpacks, some of their belongings. And in the article, they were describing some of the things they had. Someone had a baseball in their pocket. One skull had a bandana still attached to it. Another person had a cross and a piece of the Bible with them. I mean, these people are coming over, crossing the border. They're dying to get here. Literally dying to get here. So there's a crisis. There is an absolute crisis at the border. 3,700 people in one day. Now, these arrests come just days after Roy Villarreal, who's the new chief in Arizona's most of Arizona's international border with Mexico, said that the arrival of migrant families in large groups is pushing the agency to a breaking point. Now, Villarreal, they state here, was previously the San Diego sector deputy chief before moving to the Tucson sector, said the agency is not prepared to deal and handle the arrival of such large numbers of families. Quote, when you look across the southwest border, again, looking at the system that's in place, not being designed to handle this type of migratory flow, it's pushed us to a breaking point. That's according to what he said to AZ Central. White House Senior Strategic Communications Advisor Mercedes Schlapp, she says Border Patrol agents are overwhelmed at the southern border. Take a look.
But this situation is devolving very quickly.
Yeah, that's right, Harris. And I think what we're seeing is the fact that because the Democrats have spent so much time in denial, basically pushing forward an open borders agenda, unwilling to work with the administration to close these legal loopholes in order to deter many of these illegal aliens from coming into the country, you're seeing this chaos that we're seeing at the southern border. I mean, we need our Border Patrol agents to have the support, the funding, the changes in law, in immigration law, in order to gain operational control of the southern border and also ensure that we're able to strengthen our legal immigration system as opposed to continually allow this flow of illegal aliens and smugglers and human traffickers who are taking advantage of our broken immigration laws.
Now, I found that article here, The Path to America Marked by More and More Bodies. The note that accompanied this is 6,023 bodies found at the border over 16 years prior to President Trump. This was actually a New York Times article, and let me see if I can bring this this shot up here for you. You can see. Brian, can you pull up this camera shot here? I don't know if you can see it or not. I think it's, yes, look at that. Case 0438. A man illegally crossed the border into South Texas, died on the journey, was never identified. That's what we're dealing with here. Look at all these skulls. Look at them all. Brian, if you could pull that shot back up. I forget which camera it is. But look at all these skulls. Look at them all. These are all from migrants crossing the border. Make up a fraction of the death toll along the border in Texas in just one county. The bodies and remains of more than 500 migrants have been found since 2009. Marked by more and more dead bodies. It's disgusting. It's disgusting that this is happening here. The Trump administration has said the border is in a state of crisis, and it is, helping justify the president's decision to declare a national emergency last month and free up military funds to erect a border wall. That's what needs to happen. Now, we reported that late Monday the Pentagon notified Congress that it authorized the transfer of up to $1 billion to erect 57 miles of pedestrian fencing along the southern border in direct support of Trump's national emergency declaration. So it's getting worse. It's not getting better. The Democrats are in complete and utter denial, literally saying that it's a manufactured crisis. Literally saying they want to tear down the walls. These skulls of these people, these were people who were going through some of the areas where there was no wall. They were not crossing at border crossings. They were crossing at a location in a desolate part of the border, risking their lives. If a wall was up there, they would have probably gone around a different way. May have even crossed at an actual border crossing. But no, these people died in the process. And it's a fact that Democrats are in complete denial about. But I think that being in denial is going to cost them dearly in 2020. Comment below. We'll see you at the next report. For the Next News Network, I'm Gary Franchi. Thank you for watching that report. If you want more, subscribe to the channel by clicking on the Next News Network logo right here. You can also watch our latest news reports by clicking here, or you can get the latest breaking news by clicking here, or the most viral news on the channel, the news that Hillary and Obama hate, right here.